What's up? Today is Thursday, January 29th, 2026, and we had us another solid day in which across four Apex accounts, I was able to profit a total of $2,000 off of two trades, right? And so the trades that we were on MGC and YM, so gold and US 30, but I really should have profited well over $2,000. I kind of fumbled the bag on this gold trade, which I'm gonna show. Um, but I'm not gonna complain about $2,000 across the board, right? And so when it came to gold, we were looking for the same setups that we typically look for, some type of break and retest, right? And so on the 5 minute, I noticed this break here, in which I was interested in seeing the market return to. All right, so we got a break right here. And after that, I drew out my zone in which I wanted the market to reach back up to before dropping again, right? So the price dropped and it came down to this low, these two lows, right? Into this low, and it came down to this low. Now, the most important one to me was this low here, but both lows are important. I then went down to the 1 minute, so I was looking at the 5 minute when I got the break of structure. I then scaled down to the lower time frame to find a precise entry, right? In which we entered here, right? Because this one barely missed the zone, and it didn't line up. Well, it kind of didn't line up with my confirmations if it would have got to the zone, but this one lined up with my confirmations and came into the zone, right? And so from here, we actually entered after this 1 minute candle close. Not gonna lie, it gave me a terrible entry, but stop loss a little bit above this high. And since it gave me a terrible entry, I don't want to say panicked, but it was a point in time where all the accounts together, it was up like 800 and it started pulling back. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to let this be a losing trade, even though I got a feeling it's going to keep dropping. I got a terrible entry, so I'm trying to execute off of that terrible entry. And what I mean by a terrible entry, it just got executed lower than I wanted to. But within a matter of minutes, this trade gave almost a 3R within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, within 6 minutes. And then it ended up giving a 3.6R in like less than 15, less than 20 minutes. So super solid trade. Um, One that I missed out on a lot of profit, but it happens, right? I'm not gonna cry about it. On to the next one, right? And so the other trade we took was YM or US 30. Same situation. We're looking for some type of break and retest, right? So I started off on a 5 minute. Was looking at this. We got this break at this level here. And I noticed we had this low right here. We had this low right here, right? On that candle. And so when I went down to the 1 minute, I knew the market could potentially reach down to those lows. We actually entered because we got our confirmations here after this candle, and bam, it just dropped. Within 4 minutes, it was already at basically a 1.5R, and then it also ended up dropping a little bit lower and hitting a 3R. So both trades actually did 3Rs off the moves, off of a simple break and retest. And that's literally all you need. Like, yeah, break and retest isn't the whole process. Like, you gotta have those confirmations to give you the entry. But if you can master the break and retest and you can master your confirmations for entry, you use that every single time, you're gonna win a lot more times than you lose, right? And it's all about just following your system, committing to your system, and making money. Um, and so we definitely had a lot of people make money on these trades. These trades are a lot faster paced than the ones that we would usually take, because usually we use the 1 hour break and retest strategy and then scale into the 5 minute. Um, but today we used the 5 minute break and retest, scale down to the 1 minute to find our entries using the same kind of similar confirmations, and we was able to execute. Um, and so definitely working on getting these accounts passed. This one's already passed. I want to say I'm like 3 days away from another payout on this one. Um, and then we have 3 other accounts that are also in the process of becoming active. And so I'm definitely going to be buying a couple more accounts as it's a promo going on Apex. Um, and so we just gonna keep up with all our trading every single day. I do host live sessions every weekday from 4 a.m. to about 10:30, sometimes 11 or even later. And so if you are interested in the Discord group, definitely reach out. Like I said, I provide live sessions, trainings, videos, PDFs, strategy checklists, literally everything you can need to learn how to trade futures and even crypto. So if you like these type of videos, definitely like the video, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.